how it all went. And if that is what you expected me to say, you're totally wrong. Because I had a fabulous time. It all started with me standing in front of the mirror and donning some makeup. After all, I had a date with Jim Carrey. Yeah, the guy from the movie The Mask. The squiggly, wiggly, weirdly funny guy. That's the one. He and I have been dating for quite some time. No, really. How dare you set this up like this? Mr. Contest Chair, fellow Toastmasters, and dear guests, welcome. Jim and I had decided that we'd go for another date this Tuesday and probably go camping by the lakeside. So here he was, standing in front of me and saying, a rose for a rose. Well, you know him, Jim is always pulling faces. So we got on into his car and drove off and parked by the lakeside. Like small little kids, we rushed into the water and started splashing about and playing around and having so much fun. That was when we saw it approaching us. It was a huge, colossal wave like a million miles tall, and suddenly it came crashing onto us and threw us into the ocean, and Jim and I barely managed to hang on to these long, lustrous logs that came floating by us. Ew! They had these thick, slimy scales woven onto it. Well, by the time the wave returned for the second time, we were ready to surf, right on these very logs. Woohoo! Yay! We were enjoying it so much, and all Jim could do was to hand paddle through and balance on the waves, and he kept saying, "Somebody stop me!" Oh God, I tell you, I was having a real good time with Jim. And so, as the time and tides passed, the waves subsided, and we continued on our journey through the ocean. After some time, we spotted an island, and this island was almost entirely covered by one whole anthill. Well, we didn't have much of a choice, so we got off our green scaly taxi and bid it adieu. And that's when I realized that, oh my God, Jim had tricked me. Wait a minute, these are not dogs, these are alligators, Jim! And all he could think was, see you later, alligator. Oh, I was going to die very soon. So then we walked right up to this red castle and looked up. And we kept looking up and up and up and up until it went right through the clouds. And all Jim could say again was, smoking. And we trudged along and climbed and climbed and climbed, and finally, tired and terrified, spluttering, suffering and sweating, we got onto the precipice. And I just couldn't contain my joy. I had to do a jig right there. And that's when the mountainous anthill started trembling, shaking and collapsing. We jumped right out. And well, what do you expect? We grew wings and started flying away? Hell no! It was a free fall of flight. And that was when I took out my small pocket umbrella, just as billions of blue butterflies came fluttering by and blew some wind, so that we slowly started going down to the ground. At last, we were safe all the way from freezing Florida to breezy Bangalore. That's when Jim looks at me and gives me this cheeky smile and says, "Alrighty then, we should do that more often." And I go like, more often? Oh no, Mr. Contest Chair.